My name's Robert. I've been living here for around, I think this will be my 7th year now. I work for an antiques and fine arts company. I also do some freelance music production, some buying and selling of different antiques and items as well. Back, and one of my friends was living in a Guardianship in Woolwich, and I thought to myself, after looking for so many different properties and thinking, it's all pretty expensive, there's nothing really around. He had a 2-3 bedroom flat in Woolwich, and it was just dirt cheap, and I've said, please introduce me to this because this is fantastic. And ever since then, I've never looked back. I've never gone back into private renting since discovering a Guardianship. I think I'm lucky because I've been here so long. I've had, this room has had many reiterations of different styles, different kind of, different things that I've done to it to make it look different. I've had sofas over here, I've had desks over there, I've had the bed over there, and it's all moved around bit by bit over the years. And I think that's actually what makes it into a home, because you refresh yourself every time you move a bit of furniture, every time you have a different kind of shake up and positioning of everything. That makes you feel like, oh, I can now enjoy this 10 times more because it feels like we're in somewhere new. And that's almost homely when it's actually your space, This is, I've made this into a home. It's not just a place where I've moved into. And, you might think, oh, I might be out in a couple of months. No, this is my home. I think the most important thing is, because I've made the mistake when I've moved into Guardianship buildings and thinking, well, you don't know how long you're going to be here. Should I get all this stuff, or should I get more furniture, or should I buy the curtains? Just as soon as you move in, make that your home straight away. You have to. If you don't do that, 6 months will go past, 7 months will go past, a year will go past, and you're still living on a mattress on the floor. And really, it's so beneficial. As soon as you move in, get it up and running. Get it, it's so comfortable and so homely as much as you can. And then every single day that you're here, you'll enjoy living here. I'm really into lighting. Just home decor lamps and things, so I sort of collect them, and I've always had them. I had a piano in here that I got from down the road, and it was a Steinway piano, and I managed to get it for free, and it was worth thousands. And I had that in here for maybe 2 or 3 years, and I loved that piano, and I kind of got rid of it because I was thinking, well, you don't know when you're going to get your notice. It's another thing to be wary of, that don't overburden yourself with stuff. Because when it is time to move on, you don't want to be, packing vans and vans up and having so much stuff to move. You get a bit panicky. I think be homely, but also sort of be mindful. Things like car boot sales, charity shops, free furniture apps, Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace, anything like that. And also speak to other Guardians. A lot of stuff over the years I've got from Guardians that have moved out. They've moved out, said, oh, do you want this chest of drawers? Do you want this wardrobe? Whatever. If you need something, it's always there. You always get, with Guardians, especially the bigger the building, the bigger the cycle of possessions you accumulate. So you'll never be stuck for having stuff at all. Probably be trying to get rid of it. I think the best thing about living in London, I've lived in London for probably about 15 years now, and you can have any lifestyle you want really in any different area. If you want a party lifestyle, you can go towards sort of East and Shoreditch and them kind of areas. If you want somewhere quiet, you can go up towards the suburbs. If you want somewhere a bit more classy, go west. If you want somewhere a bit more, edgy, maybe go south. But I think that's the best thing. You can choose. You get out of London what you want from it. You don't wait for London to offer you what it's got. You can actually find what you want. Islington's really nice because I find it's the middle ground of everything. It's not hectic, but it's got life. It's not quiet, but it's still kind of peaceful. There's a lot of variety around here, which is nice. I don't think I'd really want to live anywhere else now, apart from Islington, because it's so varied. If you walk towards Dalston, you have a New River Walk, which is like a really quaint little sort of walk along a stream. You know, it's like being in a little oasis. You wouldn't have any idea you're surrounded by high street and roads when you walk down there. It's so quiet. You've got swans, you have birds, herrings, everything on that little pathway. If you go towards Holloway, you have the Odeon Lux Cinema. It's a bit more of a kind of old school town, high street kind of feel. It's really, really just sort of hustling and bustling. It's quite nice. If you go up towards Islington, obviously, you know, all the theatres, restaurants. And if you're into music, you have the garage across the road. You have the Union Chapel 5 minutes away. Islington Academy as well. I mean, it's so, for music, it's a drawing point moving here. I don't know, I guess being a sort of handyman, painting and decorating, general maintenance of a property, I think it's something you pick up straight away. Although living will have maintenance teams and stuff, sometimes it just, you know, pays to be a bit, you know, think on your feet, get handy with stuff. And now I've got about 3 toolkits, so, you know. I met my best friend in a guardianship, and he lived here for years until there was a refurb of the property. Then he moved out of the refurb. We've known each other for about 8 years now, and without being in a guardianship, we wouldn't have met. And I've met a lot of really good friends through guardianships, and I think the communal aspect is something that you just kind of get used to. And I think it's healthy to live with people from all walks of life, whether you're warming towards them and whether you don't warm towards them. I think as long as you're around people, it's kind of a happier way to live. I don't think isolation is good. I think privacy is good because you can get privacy in a guardianship still. You know, these are your spaces. No one else can come into your space. But if you want that kind of social life and you want to be around people, it's easy to do. I mean, people ask me all the time, I normally say it's property preservation. We're sort of keeping properties alive that otherwise would have been torn down, vandalised, in a state of decay because there's no one there taking care of it. So yeah, I'd say it's property preservation. It's keeping history alive. I mean, this is, you know, this building's, I think, from the 30s, and I think, you know, keeping local history alive is pretty important, really, you know, and architecture and buildings, and you're just now an extension of that building's life, which I think is quite, you know, quite nice, really. It doesn't matter how long we're in a property, we will make your property a home. We always look after it. We're not squatters, you know, we're not just building surveyors and building developers that just want to buy the property and leave it as it is. We will take care of the building. Obviously there's lots of checks and regulations, so that's why people do get into the buildings. You know, there's a financial aspect, isn't there, for the owners. It is a great incentive, and you know, why not take it? Because it's the best of both worlds. You get the financial aspect and you have your property looked after by, you know, good people. Really, it's a win-win for everyone. I can't see why it's not a win-win for everyone, because at the end of the day, everyone's happy, and it's a great, you know, it's a great solution. And it's a solution for both. It's a solution for the people that live in here because there's a housing crisis, right? There's a cost of living housing crisis. That's the solution for our ends. The solution for the property owners is that everything is getting expenses, especially business rates, and it's keeping your property alive whilst being financially stable. The very best thing is being able to live in amazing locations for not a lot of money compared to private renting. But I think you have to be quite brave and savvy to live in a guardianship. I think the bravery thing and actually sort of just jumping into it, you actually reap the rewards quite soon. I mean, like I said, I've never looked back. And yeah, you do get a bit nervous and you do get a bit scared. And you never know, the next place you move into could be better than the place you're in now. It could be fantastic. All right, you could live in a place where it's not as good, but the next place in that, you could think, this is the best place I've ever lived, you know. The outgoing aspect of being a guardianship is actually the fun part, yeah. My top tips would definitely be, as soon as you move in, just get it, you know, homely and how you want it to be. Never think about the end, because if it's not the end, it's not the end. So just don't worry about it until it comes. Living Guardians will provide you accommodation, hopefully, when the end does come. So you've always got them to actually fall back on, and they will look after you if a property does get notice. Enjoy living in your space. Enjoy the communal living. Just be thankful that you're part of something that's, you know, it's away from the path. It's not the, you know, it's not the normal thing to do. It's the exciting thing to do. And pat yourself on the back for being brave for doing it, really.